Good morning, everybody. Welcome on in. Today is Sunday, March 24th. We got a great show for you today. Today we got bench, and it's going to be a good one. In fact, I've been thinking about it, and I'd like to try the NFL Combine bench press weight, which is 225 pounds, which is something a certain friend of mine named Chad can't do. He'll never show up here, so he won't know. But I wish he did. Just letting the world know from a public perspective that Chad can't bench 225. The bullying must increase. Anyway, we're gonna hit that for reps. Also gonna be hitting shoulder press, triceps, and all sorts of other stuff today. Weighed in this morning, 223.6 pounds, and it said 19%. I don't think I'm quite at 19. Right, you can see some abdominal definition. I'm guessing 16, 17, 18%. I think 19 is a bit on the high side at this point. But that means the weight is tracking down in the right direction. Yesterday ate pretty well, just about 3,000 calories, which is actually a little above my target, but you gotta remember, I hit that really long leg day workout yesterday, and then, I was doing a lot of other chores, walking around, so that NEAT, non-activity exercise thermogenesis, is quite high. So, yeah, it makes sense. Whatever their war. Yeah, I figured I'd start off with a low rider today. And I promise you, it's totally not because I saw a meme that took me back to a core childhood memory. That of waking up at 3 in the morning and hearing the distant sound of low rider because someone had left the TV on and George Lopez had turned on. If you were born in the 90s or the 2000s, you know what I'm talking about. Inevitably, someone will have forgotten to turn off the TV, and you wake up because you heard Lowrider, and it's fucking George Lopez coming on at 3 in the morning. You know what I'm talking about. Let's get a little warm up here. Close grip, just to warm up. Wide grip, just to warm up. Pause. 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 Nice. Yeah, I'm going to see just what I can pull off here. 225 ain't a lot for me anymore. I've hit 21, 22, I think, is a PR. So I'd like to at least hit that. But I haven't tested this in forever. So it'd be kind of neat. If I could hit 20, if I get 25, I'd be thrilled. But that might be asking for a bit too much. If I do that, I already know what song I'm going to use. There's a live version I actually have downloaded on my phone. Stumbled upon years ago, I forget from where, of Toys in the Attic by Aerosmith. That was back when they were real, strung out basically all the time. So that should be a pretty good one to hit it with. Oh, I'm gonna warm up some more though. It's actually a little cool in here today. Weather's been very nice recently, mid-70s, very warm, very pleasant. Today it's gonna be a bit cooler. Highs are gonna be in the low 60s, which is a little bit below average for this time of year. Average is about, the average highs right now, usually around 70. Okay, feels good. Let's try a couple close. Just make sure everything's feeling good, really just loosen it out. Pause, go wide. A little twinge in the right shoulder there, that's all right. Just work it out. Oh, stretch that front delt. That's good. Oh, yeah. Get the blood flowing a little bit. Might even do a little jump rope just to start. Now I'm thinking about it. Really just get the, want the cardio kind of at full tilt here, nice and ready, nice and hot. So that way, I'm fully recovered. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this properly. Actually, do I want to do this with toys in the attic or source of infection? That's a tough decision. Oh man. What I could do is do 25 and 25. Whatever, I've put it on now. Oops. Wait a minute. I'm an idiot. I completely forgot to plug my car in yesterday. Well, let's do that now. You know what? Yeah, I feel like I could still use a little bit more time to warm up, so we're going to jump some rope shiny today. Well, the reason I looked a bit, I'm not sweating or anything, the reason I looked a bit dull yesterday is because it was so humid in here, I could not keep fog off the lens. So it was really difficult to make it look good. So now it's a little bit better though, so we're going to do some jump ropes, just warm up. Oh, there we go. Just enough to prime the pump, really get the heart moving, get the blood flowing. That's what we want. You know, it might be a good idea for me to actually put on 225 pounds. So throwing 5 on one side, forgetting to throw the other 5 on the other side, and then putting the weight up and being like, why is this unbalanced? I'm smart. Here, and just plug in my automobile. Little pretzel not showed up. Fix that real quick. There we go. Much better. My car's fully charged anyway, but it's good for battery conditioning. Keep it plugged in. Okay, so I'm not going to bounce it off my chest because that's against the rules. You know, it's supposed to touch your chest but not bounce off the chest. It's going to be controlled, but it is going to be fast. It's going to be explosive. The idea here, I mean, it's very simple. It's the NFL Combine test. It is to bang out as many reps as I can. And the way to do that is to move very quickly and very explosively. So, you know, I think for this, anything below 20, I'm going to be pretty upset with. I'm going to consider anything below 20, or really anything below 18, I'll consider a failure. Anything below 20, I'm not going to be very happy with. I've done 21 and 22 before, so anything beyond that I'm pretty happy with. If I could get 25, I'd be thrilled. That's really going to be it. Actually, this is the only set of barbell bench we are doing today. Today's supposed to be a dumbbell bench workout, but I haven't done this in a while, and I'm really curious to see how I do. So that's why. Who knows, you know? I'd like to see if I can knock this out. Ooh, I just had an idea. No, I've got the right track. I'm not playing Aerosmith, and I'm not playing Van Halen. I gotta go heavier. I'm gonna play Motorhead by Motorhead, but the Live at Hammersmith version, 1981. They absolutely slaughtered that show. It's fantastic. Hey, Talio, thank you very much for a 3-day watch streak. You're starting yours. I know Big Red is at like 40 or something crazy like that. It's really cool. By the way, don't use the song redeem for this. I'm picking, this is sort of my rule on those song redeems, is that you're allowed to, request them, and I will always honor them. But if I'm going for a PR, or something like that where I'm testing myself, right, I'm going to be a little bit more, I'm going to pick the music so I actually give myself the the best chance possible. And let's be real, between you and me, Motorhead, it's so obviously Motorhead. Here, you guys get closer. Good news, Caps are not leaving DC. Well, so now I heard Leonsis wanted, the Arlington Alexandrian Naval Yard project got scrapped, even though I know the governor of Virginia, Youngkin, really wanted it. I actually don't think Glenn Youngkin's done a bad job in Virginia, but that's a different conversation. Now they looked at Landover, which would be fucking awful. Don't do that, Ted. That's just asking for trouble. The real issue here is that Muriel Bowser, the mayor of DC, is not putting up her end of the bargain. Financially, DC is actually. They made a very reasonable competitive offer to the Caps, the Wizards, and Monumental Sports. The problem isn't the money here. The problem is that Washington, D.C., in particular, Muriel Bowser and her administration has treated the police force in Washington, D.C. very poorly. And so a lot of cops have just given up. And as a result, DC's police force in terms of employment is strained. What does this mean? Well, it means you get a lot of panhandlers and a lot of drug addicts walking, in and around Chinatown during Caps and Wizards games and, trying to accost, wealthier suburbanite families, right? Who's going to go to a hockey game? It's going to be wealthier suburbanite families typically. Hockey is not a poor man's sport, usually. But even for Wizards games, this still happens. So you have people coming in, usually taking the train, which is great. You want that, as opposed to taking a car where you get monumental, horrific parking nightmares. Just ask anyone who's had to travel to the cesspit that is FedEx Field about that. But unfortunately, because of this, you've got... Mic is off center. Let me fix that. That should improve the sound a little bit. But the problem is that there's too much petty crime around the sports arena. You can't have that. So yeah, does that seem harsh? You got to clear the beggars and panhandlers away from the stadium during games? Yes, but you know what? Every functional city does that, and DC should be no exception here. Look, DC definitely has a housing cost problem and a homelessness problem. I'm not saying that they don't, and there's got to be some better response there. But at the same time, allowing vagrants and petty criminals to make the Caps and Wizards games unsafe or unpleasant to go to, you can't do that. That is a direct threat to the business. So that's one where I think if DC treated their cops a little bit better, this wouldn't have ever even become a problem. The biggest problem right now, and I hear it because I've got quite a lot of friends and family in Northern Virginia, Maryland, and DC itself. The problem is it's the unpleasantness there. You have to make your location of arena palatable to your customer base. Your customer base going to professional sporting events is going to be middle, upper middle, and upper class. It's just, that's the reality. So, and before you say, oh, that's classist, okay, but think about how much economic activity is generated for the core of DC by all those sporting events, and as a result, all the families going to Chinatown and getting food, or walking around and supporting small and local businesses in and around DC. You want to keep the sports teams in the urban core. I don't like to credit the city of New York with just about anything, but they've done a pretty decent job at this with the Knicks and the Rangers. Less so Well, I guess the Nets ended up moving from New Jersey to Brooklyn, so that's about a wash. But you don't see this as much with Giants and Jets games. New York fans have to go all the way out to East Rutherford, which is in the boonies in New Jersey, and the city of New York misses out on that revenue. Not to mention, traffic is predictably a nightmare because it's a 75,000 person stadium all the way out on the sticks. There's not much in the way of transit that can get you out there. If you really want to see what a mess it can look like, go to Dallas sometime. Arlington, Texas is where the Cowboys play. It's where the Rangers play. It's where, actually no, the Mavericks and Stars are in downtown. And you know, it's funny, you can actually use public transit to get to Stars and Mavericks games. It's damn near impossible to do for Cowboys games. What does that mean? Well, it means you've got to fork up another $50 to pay Jerry Jones, one of the worst owners in sports, just to park at his palatial arena. Okay, enough fucking around. I'm going to psych myself up. We're gonna hit this. Clear out. In case I fail or I hurt something, probably best to move these other items out of the way, just so that way, if I have to tilt the weight off of me, I can. It's only 225, so you know, even if the weight gets stuck on my chest for a bit, I'm not gonna die. 225 isn't that heavy. It's just about, actually a little bit more than my body weight. Weighed in at 223 and change this morning. How's your shoulder today? We're gonna find out. This is gonna be a pretty good test of how it is today. My right shoulder, I did tweak it a while back, but it feels pretty good. So we're gonna, it's about one bowl of weight. Yeah, almost exactly. All right. Okay. So I know it's, you know, we've been live for like 20 minutes. I haven't really even started yet, but that's okay. I ain't got nowhere to be today. All right. Psych up for this. Pissed off, come on. way too long. I counted 21. Fuck. Whew. All right. Janky as hell on the last rep. I'll take it though. That's 21. That is give me a big red line across my chest now. Whew. Hey, Fabry 6669, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the bullpen. Not bad, not my PR. I'll take it. What the problem is I think I needed to knock out. My first pause is at 17. I really needed to knock out 18, 19 if I wanted to shot it more. Oh well. That's okay. So, question is, we were going to do shoulder dominant today. Do I want to do anything else before that? No, I want to hit shoulder press next. That's more important at this stage, so. We're going to take the weight off. We're going to go 175. And we're going to toss the weight up. I'll take it. But if someone wants to clip that, by all means, that goes out to my homie Chad, who can't bench 225. Let the world know Chad can't bench 225. Who is Chad? Irrelevant. Just all you gotta know about him is that he can't bench 225. And that because he can't bench 225, we must ratio him into the shadow realm. We'll be able to draw on the deck today. It's going to get too cold. I'm nice and warm now. I was kind of cold before that set, but I'm feeling plenty warm after that one. It's probably about 50 degrees here. Feels pretty good, honestly. I like lifting when it's 50, 55 in my gym. It feels really nice. I feel like I recover better. This is me being lazy. That's me being like, nah, fuck that. I don't feel like re-racking and unracking the weight. We take care of the fourth. Oh, actually, this was scary. Nah, so that's the thing, right? With 225, I'm so used to benching with it that it's kind of like 135 for a lot of people, where if it gets stuck on your chest, it's annoying, but it's not going to kill you. Also, Dodger with the fucking clap back. I'm giving your ass a shout out for that because Big Red talked mad shit and now he's having to eat some crow. Old Dodger of Zion, the Kakalaki star. Yeah, South Carolina's men let her down, but the women are, as always, dominating. So you got to give it up for those lady cocks. Okay, to move on. Had to make the joke once. Y'all call yourselves the lady cocks. You're just asking for the jokes. Why on earth South Carolina women's sports isn't called the Game Hens is a terrific question, known only to God himself, apparently. But if you're going to call yourself the Lady Cocks, you have to expect some jokes. Let's go, Lady Cocks. We have fun. We have fun. This is, so right here, people wonder, but you're not like, you know, a nude Twitch streamer or super explicit Twitch streamer. Why do you keep your channel 18 plus? It's because I like making Lady Cox jokes. There you go. No, there is. In South Carolina, liking cocks has nothing to do with sexuality. Whenever I'm over it, our gripper, I'm a coach. Spurs of all genders at USC are the Gamecocks, so the baseball team's called the Yardcocks. That's not better. Wait, the lady got dropped in the mid-2000s when Dawn came to the school? Oh, that's so much less fun. Look, Lady Cox jokes are just hilarious inherently. Like that's just a funny thing to be able to say. Where's the fun in that? Either way, South Carolina women's basketball team's really freaking good, so they're probably gonna go pretty deep. CCCXCVIII, welcome on in. Thanks for the first time chat. Welcome to the bullpen. As for my Aggies, we went one for, actually we drew even with Nebraska. We had Nebraska in both the women's and the men's team, which is really interesting. The women lost, the men won. The men won fairly convincingly, so I'll take it. You know, the Huskers are pretty solid. Usually Nebraska isn't the best basketball school, but I guess they've had a strong year, so, you know, credit to them. We'll see. I think A&M takes on Houston today, and Houston isn't quite a basketball blue blood, but they're awfully close. The University of Houston's got a very good basketball team year in and year out. I do not expect to win, but I didn't expect to win against Nebraska either. Now A&M shot out the lights yesterday. Not yesterday, the day before against Nebraska. Like it was pretty crazy. The Aggies normally don't. The Aggies are normally a defensive-based shooting team this year, and for whatever reason, A&M was able to shoot like 55%, which is way above the average for them this year. So they're like, if you're the Nebraska men's team, there's not much you can do about that. A&M just got really hot shooting yesterday. No, we're not gonna win. Look, it's A&M basketball. I know better than to get my hopes up. A&M's Sweet 16 record of all time is 0-6. Again, I speak from experience when I know not to get my hopes up about A&M basketball. A&M basketball is historically not very good. All right, so we're gonna go with 175 on shoulder press today. I'd like sets of 6 to 8. We'll see how it is. Definitely, if you guys wouldn't mind, you know, keep an eye on my knees, make sure I'm not bouncing. I'm not trying to push press. What we're looking for here is neutral forearms and lockout at the top. So that's how we're gonna do this one, okay? March is a way of doing some crazy shit. Yes, but A&M is not one of the teams that is known to do crazy shit. There was that one year, I think it was 2016 with Northern Iowa, where we bumblefucked our way into the Sweet 16, and guess what happened? We got our nuts clapped the next round. All right, let's do this. Ooh. Okay. That wasn't very good. That was hard. Huh. I was kind of expecting a little bit better there. Oh, not great. It was only 4. Oh. Shoot. I guess I'm gonna go down weight. I guess I'm weak on shoulders today. Maybe my front delts are a little bit cooked from that all-out bench wrap, but that's not ideal. Usually I can get more reps than that. That's a bit concerning. I think maybe there was a cue that was off there. Maybe my hips weren't locked out properly. I felt a little bit of pressure in my lower back, which I shouldn't be on this. We're gonna go down weight, rep it out a bit more. I'd rather, right, I'm doing this for hypertrophy right now. You know, I'm not looking for explosiveness or strength. I'm not on a bulk cycle, so I need to check my ego and go down weight. That sucks, but it is what it is. Let me check the last time I did shoulder press, because now I'm curious. I should be able to do more than that. Yeah, so I was, okay. Okay, so I 6 reps for 3. I did 3 by 6 at 175 last time. And I only did 4 there. I guess after cooking my front delts a bit on the bench, maybe that explains it, but I'm still not very happy with that. Oh well, it is what it is. Oh, but oh, my hamstrings are super tight from yesterday. I just sit down and sumo for a moment. I'm gonna stretch out the lower side of things. This is giving me my upper body time to rest, but also loosening up all the stiffness from yesterday's workout. I'm pretty sore. Yesterday was a lot of squats. Lower back was feeling pretty good. I think I just didn't have my hips locked out on that last set. I think that was starting to stress my lower back a bit. So I just need to focus on that cue. So a proper shoulder press, there are a lot of cues you need going on. So I go for a thumbless grip, really try to rest my elbows on my lats and explode through to the top and lock out. But I also really try to keep my hips locked and my glutes squeezed, almost like they would be at the top of a deadlift. I generally don't put my feet together. That's how you're supposed to do it for a military press, but I don't feel like I get as good balance that way, and left-right balance is not the purpose of this workout, so to me that's making it harder for no obvious benefit. So really, you know, I'm really trying to lock out the hips like I would at the top of a deadlift. Set the elbows in front of kind of almost resting on the lats, and then explode through the window. So see how this goes. All right. That's not bad. That's 8. That's better. I like that. I'm going to turn on the lights in here. I feel like get a little bit better lighting. Assuming the lights actually work today. Hey, all right, they do. Does that make it any better? And it turned off. Well, so much for that. So we got one more set of shoulder press. We're gonna do 3 sets of bench press with dumbbells, 3 sets of behind the neck press with shoulders, and 3 sets of incline press. So, what we can do is set up the bench for that. With this bench, we're doing dumbbell bench today. So this is going to be 90-pound dumbbells. We're going to work slow on the eccentric, really work that time under tension. Question is, do I want to do that before doing the 3rd set here? No, I don't think I am. I think I'm going to do a 3rd set of shoulders, then roll 3 on bench. Yeah, like that. This is my prime mover workout. This is my prime mover exercise, so I want to hit this hard. I like to do alternate. Yeah, like that. I'll do alternate, bench and behind the neck, incline, and probably JMs. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So, today, after I'm done working out, really I don't have a ton else to do besides continue the packing up. Based on the title, you can see I have only 8 days between now and moving out of here, so I still have some packing up to do. Probably going to take down all of the decorations in the back here. So my Tom Wilson flag, definitely going to fold up respectfully. I have Old Glory. The Palmetto flag, I think I'm going to give to Dodger if she wants it. I think she said she did. If she changes her mind, though, I guess I'll take it with me. I don't really know what I'm going to do with it, but it's going to be very strange. I'm not going to really have a place to fly it in Hawaii. I'm probably not going to have a place to hang it up, given that all these gym flags, you know, if I want to hang all of these up as well as the flags I already have inside my house, like I'm going to be at a premium for space and be hanging up a lot of stuff. Lay that flag from the deck. Yeah, see, it would fit really nicely there. So, okay, in that case, what I'm going to do, Dodge, I'll fold it up and I'll put it with your stuff, okay? By the way, y'all, can I get a good luck Dodger in chat for Dodger here? She's got an interview tomorrow and then another interview Tuesday out in Myrtle Beach, and she's betting on herself. I fucking love to see it. There's been a huge, I think, perspective shift in her life over the last few days in particular, but even weeks. And it's been really rewarding to see her grow personally, and it's something I wish everybody goes through, but not many people do. So I'm very much rooting for her on this one. I'd like my entire community to get behind her as well. If you're looking, for whatever reason, for someone to do clerical work in and around the Myrtle Beach or Horry County area, definitely definitely try to snap her up. Strongly recommend it. Okay. We're going to rock this for one more set. All right. All right, I really want to get this good here. Let's see. That's about where I need to be. All right, come on. Focus. Let's do this good. Let's hit this hard. That's 9. I wanted 10, but that wasn't happening. Wrists are a little bit sore there. All right. We're gonna hit dumbbell bench next. And behind the neck after that. I think behind the neck I'm gonna start with. Now, I'm gonna do like sets of 12 at 125. Go really low weight, really stretch the eccentric, hit them rear delts good. Go lower weight on that today. Hey, Kintari Saiku, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the bullpen. Seems like we'll be getting more followers. I'd love to hit 2,000 before we head out, before I go on this big move. So tell all your friends. Thank you very much for the follow. So take these 90-pound dumbbells. That's for those of you who live in countries where you have not sent a man to the moon, that's 41 kilograms. Someone made a Mai Tai with Malort. My only question is why? Ew. Actually, speaking of, any Chicagoans in chat? Because our friend Dodger here tried Malort for the first time yesterday. I actually did not get to hear how that went. So for those of you who don't know what Malort is, it's a spirit that some guy in Chicago created like in the 20s or the 30s, and for whatever reason, apparently it's like a point of pride. I've heard it, I've never had it, but I've heard it tastes like rotten grapefruit and gasoline. That's what I've been heard it tastes. That it tastes like. All right. So for these, we're going hypertrophy. The rest of this workout's going to be mostly hypertrophy. So we're going to be looking for sets of 10 to 15, a little bit faster pace, and a little bit lower on weight. I thought it tasted like someone dropping a still wrapped Starburst in Pine Sol. That is a very poignant description. I'm having trouble imagining what that tastes like. So I'm taking it, I take that to mean you did not enjoy Malort. They say 90% of people will hate it the first time, another 90% will hate it the second time, but the people who like it the third time will love it for life. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. It's 12. Some Roman says, just get the taste out of my mouth. I think that's not the first thing you said that about. There have been a few things I've given you where you said, I liked it, and then the aftertaste happened. So I was going a 3 count on the eccentric there. Y'all can tell it was coming down a little bit slower and then trying to explode up. That's time under tension. The idea there is to really spend a lot of time, really get that hypertrophy going on your muscles. New place yet. Game over Mexican redeemed 10 handstand push-ups. Really, bro, I'm in the middle of a workout. I'm gonna, Big Game Mikey, do you mind just refunding him the points? I'm not doing that right now. I have an actual workout to get through here. Bro, I'm on a push day. Like, I'm literally just about to do a shoulder exercise. Come on. Actually, I need to remove that altogether. After a while, I started doing handstand push-ups, and they were not, I think they were aggravating something with my rotator cuff. But no, I'm not going to do those. Sorry, honestly, that's my fault. I should have taken that off. All right, we're going to do behind the neck press. But I will do 10 of these. Fuck, I'm on the 6. Fuck, come on, that's only 8. Two more. Oh, that's all I got. That's 9. Fuck! Man, my shoulders are not having it this morning. They're weak. Not happy with that at all. Yeah, a couple of those reps I wasn't locking out. I don't want to go further down weight. I should have no problem hitting 10s on that normally. I think you just need to give myself more rest between the bench set and the shoulder set. No call from AT&T. Yeah, sorry about that game over Mexican, but no. I got way too much work left in the gym to stop what I'm doing and do handstand push-ups right now. I need to remove that. But like also, read the room, bro. Like, I'm very clearly hitting my shoulders today. Throwing that on top of there is fucking cruel. Nah, I should have. Not happy with my shoulders right now. Those are a couple pretty weak sets on shoulder press, and then another weak set on behind the neck. My chest is fairly strong today. I felt like I was hitting the bench good, but delts are leaving something to be desired today. That's frustrating. I feel like that's the way it goes. I think my shoulders were one of the things that really came up pretty strong in this last bulk. Maybe they're what's going to go first with the cut. I'm really trying to prevent any muscle loss, but it's a tough thing to do. Yeah, no, I need to be locking out. Thanks for that, Dodge. All right. Gotta secure a paycheck before I truly have a new place. I agree with that. Big Red, let's see. Future request drivers mods being able to disable redeems has been in the Twitch backlog for 5 years. Jesus Christ. All right. Yeah, no, I need to go and delete that. Send me a Discord message if you wouldn't mind, Mikey, so I don't forget. Because yeah, that's on me. I should have removed that a while ago. Because like when I was for me, doing handstand push-ups is something I could do on the inside. Even then, it was really only it was okay for me to do when I had a wall to sort of balance on, but it's just right now I've got too much weight to push. I don't know. The truth is just I got other stuff to do. Classic music to work on this card. This is my big card drawing day. All right. I mean, we still got a hot minute to go. I mean, I've only been lifting for about 35 minutes. I'm going way too slow right now, so I'm gonna hit another set. Yeah, sorry about that, game over Mexican, but yeah, no, we're not doing that right now. Six, 7, 8, 9, 11. Get up there. It's 12. I don't really give a damn about all those social issues, but anybody who coached at Baylor's pretty fucking awful anyway, so fuck them. I'm gonna give myself a little more rest before this. I really want to try and push the pace, but at the same time, I want to try and get sets of 10. That's really frustrating. Except Scott Drew and Matt Rule. I don't know. I just really despise Baylor, so. There's some Black Sabbath here. I finally finished listening to Blue Oyster Cult. Reinforcing the stereotype of LSU being trashy. I wouldn't even call it a stereotype at this point. I'd call it just accurate. So, my next band that I'm going to listen to, discography-wise, is going to be the Yardbirds. Really get into some of that roots rock of the 60s that influenced so many classic rock bands. And then after the Yardbirds, I think I'm going to take on Black Sabbath. After that, I'm thinking maybe the Cars. So that'll be pretty good. So I guess I should explain this. Why am I doing behind the neck shoulder press when I just did regular shoulder press? Now if you notice, right, you turn sideways to explain. You got regular shoulder press, right, you're kind of starting about here and you're finishing there. Behind the neck, you're starting here and finishing there. So what's the difference, right? On your deltoid muscles, so let me sort of bend over here, right? You can kind of see it on, there we go, on my shoulder here. You got your front delt, and you've got your rear delt, and you've got the top, the middle delt. I think it's the top delt. I don't know exactly what it is, but there's 3 different heads of the deltoid muscle. And to hit the rear and the top side properly, sometimes something like behind the neck press will help. I just need a friend in Jacksonville who's able to go to grad school to go to a degree from LSU. She's not trashy at all. Now, I know some good LSU fans. I do. It's too big a university for everyone to be trashy there, but there was a lot. There were a lot of trashy LSU fans. What I will say is LSU is to college sports what the Philadelphia Eagles are to NFL. Really what Philadelphia teams are to pro sports. They are Substantially more violent than the norm, substantially more passionate than the norm. They know their way around good food, but they are very aggressive. Like, if you show up to, you know, Lincoln Financial Field or Death Valley and you're not wearing Eagles or Tigers colors respectively, you're going to have a rough time. I'm also an Aggie, so we're a direct rival with LSU. I think at this point, LSU definitely doesn't consider us like their biggest rival. That's probably Alabama or Ole Miss. But I also don't think we're just another team they play in the SEC. We've played LSU enough time for there to be at least a little bit of bad blood between us and the Tigers. Like, I think we probably hate the Tigers more than they hate us. But I definitely don't think the Tigers treat us like, I don't know, some random SEC East team. Like, I think the Tigers probably, like, LSU probably has a stronger rivalry with us than, say, Missouri, you know? People wearing opposing colors and nearly kicked the ass of the guy who was harassing them. That's my point, though. That's my point. You knew someone was going to harass them. That's, like, it's just, there's nothing wrong with it in and of itself, but that's just how Philly is. Philly fans are aggressive. They're violent. That's who they are. That's how the city is as a personality. Philadelphia has a Delaware River-sized chip on its shoulder. Which is kind of funny, too, because if I was to pick a city in the Middle East, or not the Middle East, sorry, the Northeast to live in, Philadelphia would probably be number 2 on my list behind D.C. I really like D.C. As a Caps and Nationals fan, that shouldn't surprise you. But Philadelphia it's actually a bigger city than D.C. It's very easy to get from Philadelphia to anywhere else in the Northeast, and it's actually pretty affordable, unlike most of the rest of the Northeast. So I do like Philly, but no, Philly sports fans are fucking violent. All right, let's give this a shot. Gave myself a little bit more time to rest here. Hopefully we'll see it pay off. I want at least 10. And I really do want to get good quality on these, so Dodge, thank you very much for making sure, reminding me to lock out on all of them. Please check that on this set. That's 9. That's 10. All right, that's better. Yeah, I just needed a bit more time to recover. That makes sense, right? Given that I'm on a cut, it's gonna be like that. Okay. We got another set of dumbbell bench. Just true. There's no north and south, west, there's just east and west. Anything east of the Rockies, easters. See, no, that's not true. The Midwest is very, very different from the Northeast. Remember the Flyers games running Devils jersey, nobody gave me any crap. They did when we were running stadium jail cell that night. The LSU fan base just flat out mean. Eagles fans that give you grief. And then we give you recommendations, even help you change your tire if something happens. I don't believe that. Better this time. Okay. Yes, okay, so Big Gay, Mikey, right, you just named a bunch of East Coast states. There's a very big difference between that and Wisconsin. Hell, you can hear it in the voice. If someone's from the upper Midwest, you will know they're from the upper Midwest the second they say, oh, let me squeeze on by there. Apologies to any Midwesterners, I can't do that voice. No. See, Wisconsin, Alabama, I could never tell the difference. Yeah, I don't think that's accurate. Philly people aren't nice at all, but we are kind. Yeah. Well, we'll see. All right. I'm gonna hit another set here. I'm really liking the time under tension. I feel like I'm spending solid 30, 40 seconds on these dumbbell bench sets, so I'm gonna kind of stick with the way I do it. Do a little trolling. I mean, look, all I'm gonna say with that, Big Game Mikey, is bless your heart. And that is the most southern way to respond to that. You can't tell the difference between Wisconsin and Alabama, bless your heart. Nah. Really, to me, all right. There's like, let's say probably 7 different regions of the US. There's Yankee Land, the Northeast. There's Dixieland, the South. There's the Midwest. There's the Rockies. There's the Pacific Northwest. There's California. And when I say California, at this point I'm including Reno and Vegas in that. And then there's the outer areas, which is sort of a collection of all the territories, including Puerto Rico, Alaska, and Hawaii. Oh. Come on. 2, 3, 4. 1, 3. Okay, nope. 11. Nah. To me, a Yankee is someone born above the Mason-Dixon line or a Marylander. We kicked Maryland out of the South in the 60s. We don't want it back. You can have it, Northeast. You can't make us take Maryland back. We don't want it. All right. So, what we got next? Okay, we're gonna do incline press. We're gonna do front and side raises. Shoot, we still have a ton of triceps to do. No, I'm gonna do JM press next, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna do JM press and incline press. Yeah, that's how we're gonna do that. Okay, okay. This is our last set on shoulder press then. Because ultimately I'm a Yankee whose cold pizza is one of the best breakfast. I mean, you are a Yankee regardless. Like, you're from New Jersey, that's a Yankee state. You haven't lived long enough in the South yet to call yourself a Southerner. You don't have the accent yet. I hear you still say wooder, and that's how I know you're a Yankee. Yes, I recognize that not all Yankees say wooder, but everyone who says water that way, that's a Yankee. That means you're either from New Jersey, New York, or Pennsylvania. It's the only 3 states I've ever heard someone say it like that. In particular, that's usually a Pennsylvania thing, but I've heard New Jerseyans and New Yorkers say it too. We'll say the worst accent by a country mile in the United States is the Boston accent too. That is horrible. The poor English. The letter. What did the letter R do to that city to deserve that kind of treatment? Can't really fix that. It's almost 4 years. I'm not saying you need to fix it. I'm saying you need to accept it and say, yes, I'm a Yankee, which is what you're doing. You're just not a Southerner. Now, I'm a Southerner by birth and by where I've lived. The majority of my life I've lived in the South, and I was born in the part of Virginia that still is the South. I was born in the 7 cities. All right. Let's go. Let's finish this. All right, I really want a good, I'd like to get more than 10 here, so I'm gonna try for explosiveness. I still want full range of motion, but I may not go quite as slowly on the eccentric till like rep 7 or 8. All right. That's 8, come on. 9, one more. Oh, that's it. That one going. That's 9. Fuck. That kind of sucks. All right. Jam press next. We'll do jams. We'll hit inclines. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. There's nothing wrong with saying water as water, but it is a dead giveaway that you're not from the South. I push there because my left arm suddenly gives out way before my right. I recommend using dumbbells to fix that. Things like dumbbell bench, dumbbell shoulder press, dumbbell triceps exercises will force you to use the same weight. SC dot or SCDOT, yeah. Grew up listening to people about PennDOT. So now that's not just a North versus South thing. For instance, in Texas, everyone says TxDOT. So that really depends on what state you're in. Like in Washington, I think it's WSDOT. Which is weird because you'd think it'd be WA, like the acronym. But no, it's WS for Washington State Department of Transportation, to clarify between them and DC. Do you recommend stopping a set if one gives out? Until you get some semblance of balance, yeah. To me, I like training balanced. My right is slightly dominant, which y'all kind of saw on that final bench rep and the final shoulder press reps, but you want to get to a fairly even point. That's just my recommendation. Don't treat that as gospel. There are good arguments for and against unbalanced training. My recommendation would be, maybe if that's what's happening and your right arm or your left arm is giving out first, maybe throw a final, if you're doing stuff with dumbbells, maybe throw like a final shoulder press set just with your left arm, or a final bench press just with your left arm, or something like that. Give it a little bit of extra volume each time, one extra set to compensate. Try and train it up a bit more. See if that helps. I haven't had to do balanced training since high school though, so my knowledge on how to train when unbalanced is very much out of date. So do keep that in mind. All right, so we've got JM press next. That's what we're gonna hit. we're gonna do jams here, and then we're gonna get going on incline press, I think. Yeah. So the Gila JM press, when you're doing these, right, it's kind of a halfway between a skull crusher and a close grip bench. So really, you're bringing it right to your neck. You just gotta be very careful. This is not a heavyweight exercise. But when I do it, I like to arch my back a little bit more to really aid in isolating the triceps, because that's the goal here. Other thing I'll do is, for this I actually take off my watch, just because the back buckle is made out of steel, and it'll grate on the knurling, which, I don't know, just irritates me, so. That's not bad. I think we'll stick to that. That felt pretty good. We will do one. We're gonna alternate so to go. There we go. And we're gonna take, so that way I don't slip. I like taking my shirt. If you wear a shirt, this isn't a problem, but if you're working out shirtless, I like taking my shirt, draping it over the top here, because I find it gives me slightly better stability. My back isn't slipping as much on the pad. This is a cheap bench, so it's to be expected. What I'll not be doing is using the bench weight for incline. That's a bad idea. Go down to 70. That's 31 kilos per. Come on, get out of there. There we go. Ten. That felt good. All right, let's stick with 70. That felt pretty solid for 10. Getting Slayer going with one of those Seasons in the Abyss. Damn it. I accidentally turned the music off. No, I don't want that. No, keep playing Slayer. Thank you. No, I didn't. Damn it. Hyping yourself up made me lightheaded. Nah, get used to that. Well, I actually do have to pee here, so excuse me for one moment. Oh. If you're not hitting, oh, needed that. If you're not hitting the workout as hard as you possibly can, all you're doing is self-sabotaging. You're leaving gains on the table. So yeah, crank up some heavy music, right? Some Slayer, some Black Sabbath, some hip hop, whatever you fancy. Country, if that's your thing, and fucking hit it, you know? Don't sell yourself short. Only person that's getting harmed by that is you. There we go. That's buffering, give it a moment. We'll hit jam. So let's see, we got you got 9 sets of tries, 5 sets of chest, and 4 sets of shoulders left. All right. That's not bad. Damn it. All right. All right. Keep moving. Let's amp up the pace. Ugh. Even if it means we don't hit as many reps, we need to go through a little faster this time. Seven. 9. Come on! Ah! God, the triceps are smoking. Yeah, my chests are big. My chest is... Just even from the side, it shows off my glutes pretty well, too. Now I'm happy with the progress I'm making, right? 223, I don't want to be losing weight any faster. But at this rate, the six-pack is already starting to show improved definition. Give it another, let's say 6 weeks, and the six-pack will be fully back. Give it another 12 weeks, and it should be better than ever. All right, so we got one more set of jam press, and one more set of incline press. Then we're gonna do, let's see, probably shoulder raises and skull crushers. Then we'll do no. We'll do shoulder raises and triceps extensions, and then we'll do chest flies and skull crushers, and we'll finish off a close bench press. I like it. All right, let's go with some Metallica. Let's go with one. That's a really good song. All right, so we've got one more set. God, one is by Metallica, so good. Crib lifts. Hey, nice body. I've just started working out recently. Well, if you'd like tips, help, motivation, and encouragement, welcome to the bullpen. Glad to have you here. Hit that follow button. You'll get plenty of good advice. And it's not just for me, it's for my whole crew. Welcome. Hey, all right, we got 2 new followers, Slightly Good and Chris Lift. Y'all, this is making me really happy. We are very close to 2,000 followers, and I'd love to get it before the big move in 8 days. So keep hitting that follow button, tell your friends. I think we're maybe 20 off. I think we're like 1980 or something like that. So we've gotten 4 or 5 new followers just today. That's huge. I really appreciate it. Hopefully more come in. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. One more set of jams. I'm gonna go real slow on the eccentric. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna go for explosiveness. I'll do the slow stuff on skull crushers. I'll try something new on skull crushers today, actually. You'll see. Come on. Write that down. So we got one more set of incline press, and we'll move on to triceps extensions and shoulder raises. I like it. I like it. Okay. Okay. We need. I went to bed last night. It's bad. I went to bed too late. I did not get to sleep on time. Excuse me. All right. All right. Biggest issue is protein intake. Do you recommend any supplements? Yeah. I'm going to do this set, and then I can talk a little bit about protein. When you say it's an issue, are you talking, is it a budget issue? Is it a I just don't feel like eating that much issue? If you can elaborate, that means I can help you more. Please, God, break me. 2, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. No, I'm not done. Nope. Oh, that's it. Fuck! I wanted 11. Alright. So we're going to go flatten the bench again. Go down on the dumbbells for shoulder raises and for triceps extensions. So the way I like to do my shoulder raises, let's see, basically can't eat as much as I'd like to, but I only get 3 meals in, try to get 30 to 40 kilograms per meal, but should be more like 160 to 180 grams per day. Okay, so I'm assuming that means you weigh somewhere around, you know, between 175 and 200 pounds. You've noticed this brown water I've been drinking. That is just basic Costco brand gold standard whey protein powder. I do that and 4 scoops, 4 tablespoons of PB Fit peanut protein. There's nothing special about this. It isn't better than other types of protein. It's simply very convenient. I can knock it down. It's about 400 calories. It's about 64, 65 grams of protein, which gives me a jump start. So, you know, my macros, I try for 230 grams of protein a day, which is a lot. So it's tough for me to get all that in too. You know, I don't know what your calorie target is if you're on a bulk, if you're on a cut, but suggestions are obviously lots of lean meat. You probably knew that already. Egg whites are a game changer. You can stomach them, you know, just cook them briefly, throw them, you know, even if you like make a stew or a curry, if you can throw egg whites in there and hide them, that's all you're doing is boosting your protein count. Okay, so if you're bulking, that makes life a ton easier because that means things like cheese, milk. If you're bulking and you just want protein, drink milk. Lots and lots and lots of milk and you will get strong. Drink milk and do squats. Now if you're cutting, a little bit of a different story. But if you're bulking, you know, and you're looking to put on a calorie surplus and get more muscle, yeah, just drink milk. Lots and lots of milk. If you're lactose intolerant, let me know. Because obviously that changes the strategy a little bit. All right, we're gonna do a tricep set, and then we're gonna do, we'll do a shoulder raises set. Do I go for 40s? Yeah, I think I do. So we're gonna go, we'll set this one to 40 immediately. You only need 1 dumbbell set for the triceps extensions. So when I do triceps extensions, I'll sit, go like this. That's the idea, right? Trying to get 200 before I start cutting. I don't drink much milk because I don't like the taste as much as I probably should. Knock it down. Milk is liquid Jesus if you are bulking. drink milk. Lots and lots of milk. If you really are having trouble hitting a calorie surplus, drink whole milk. If you're finding that the calorie surplus isn't an issue, drink 2% or 1% milk. You recommend no, stay away from those plant-based milks. You go and look at the macros on those, they have virtually no protein. Oat milk is a fucking scam, soy milk is a fucking scam. Stick to the real stuff. Try to drink more milk. What are you shooting for your followers, Guru? Don't use stream elements overlays. I do. Actually. That financially independent thing, that's a stream elements overlay. But it's not a huge deal. We'd only be using it for a week anyway. Yeah. Drink milk. It's cheap, it's good for you, it's good for America's economy. Dairy, baby. All right, so we got 2 more sets of triceps extensions, 2 more sets of shoulder flies, and then 3 sets of chest flies, 2 sets of skull crushers, 2 sets of close bench. I like it. Let's get a little Van Halen going. Well, 50, 150. Other good options. Canned tuna, canned chicken if you can stomach it. Obviously don't go insane on canned tuna because that may be too much mercury intake. What are your thoughts on creatine? It's good for you. Use it. It's not a deal breaker if you don't, but creatine's, you will most likely respond. That's true. Okay, so that's a really good point. Let's talk about this. Yes, my diet is based on a lot of pork and a lot of milk because that's what's cheap here. In Hawaii, milk will be extremely expensive, so I'm going to drastically cut my consumption of it. I'm going to go back to an old military staple I had when we were stationed in Okinawa, powdered milk. Is it ideal? No. Will it get the job done? Yes. Is it cheaper? Yes. All right? It's not fancy, but it gets the job done. Protein powder is going to be a big staple for me out there. I'm probably going to eat a lot less beef, if any at all. I will probably eat somewhat less pork, although pork is actually somewhat affordable in Hawaii. And then I will probably eat slightly less chicken and a lot more fish because, right, if you're located in an island in the middle of the Pacific, guess what you can get for relatively cheap? Yeah, fish. So, of course I'm going to be eating a lot more seafood. That would be what makes sense, right? People love to complain about the extremely high costs of living in Hawaii, and yes, it is expensive, but a large part of that is because people insist on living like mainlander Americans, right? Yes, burgers will cost more in Hawaii. There's nowhere to raise the beef. You have to import the beef. This should not be a shocker. It's the same reason beef is very expensive in Japan and why Japanese cattle farmers traditionally go for really, really high-grade cuts of beef. This is why Kobe beef is a thing, right? Why is Kobe beef so expensive? Because Kobe does not have a lot of agricultural pasture land to support the amount of demand there is for extremely high-quality beef, right? Okay. No, is milk cheap in Hawaii? Absolutely not. That's true. But other great examples, right? Lentils. Lentils are extremely cheap. Mung dal beans, if you live anywhere near an Asian grocery store, mung dal, super good for you. And on top of that, I think it's 170 calories and 113 grams of protein, which for a plant-based food is almost unmatched. Soybeans, edamame, it's good for you, okay? I'm not one of these people who has a vendetta against soy. Just don't make soy the only protein you rely upon because soy is an incomplete protein. I used to live in Hawaii, I went vegetarian and pescatarian while I was there. Kupake, you said you used to live in Hawaii. Well, I'm moving out to Oahu in about a month, so if you've got tips, let me know. I know my haole ass is going to get burned a lot out there, both by the sun and probably by the locals, but I'll live. I'm big enough to not get physically bullied at least. Just gonna be words. I live in Texas where fish is expensive, but steak and beef is cheap. Really? I'll be rolling through Texas in April, actually. I'm gonna be April 2nd and April 3rd, I'm gonna be in Houston. April 4th and 5th, I'm gonna be in good old Aggie Land, College Station. Yes, I'm part of the cult. And then the rest of my time in Texas will be in the Metroplex. Gonna exit on the 14th out towards New Mexico on US 287 and I-40. So, you know, if you live out towards the panhandle of Texas, you can stop too. You're right outside of DFW. Damn, well, you may have an opportunity to hang out. Who knows? Come join the community for sure. You can see the itinerary all there. All right, let's hit another set. Oh, come on. Yep, just type ! Discord. Oh, going real slow here. I need to go down weight. I'm ego lifting a bit here. Yeah, next up we're gonna do, I'm gonna go down weight like 40, 30 pounds. Really keep those elbows better tucked in. That's okay. All right. Let's hit them shoulder flies. We're in Oahu, Waikiki, no, Pearl Harbor. The Navy hired me as a nuclear engineer. Right, that's what I do here. That's my day job. I'm a nuclear engineer. You can figure out what I might be doing. Really, there's only one position available for nuclear engineers in Hawaii. It's not like y'all have any reactors, which has never made any sense to me, if I'm honest. Because the truth is, in a volcano, first off, on the older islands on the chain, right, Kauai, Oahu, there are no active volcanoes, so a nuclear power plant would be just fine there. There's plenty of water sources. You can desalinate seawater, which is what Diablo Canyon in California does. Hawaii is not at risk of severe earthquakes, and hurricanes and tsunamis basically do nothing to nuclear power plants unless it's extremely big on the earthquake scale, which Hawaii isn't prone to. And then the backup diesel generators are put in a really stupid position, which is what happened in Fukushima because TEPCO didn't listen to the regulators. But yeah. No, I'm a nuke worker. You can literally, there's a day job emoji in the chat. There you go. That's what I do for a living. I'm really excited, honestly. It's going to be a blast. Now I'm going higher range of motion on this, but lighter weight. 4, 5, 6, 7. Looking my Kiki Pro arm was nice. It didn't look so touristy. All right. New superset. We go down weight. Hit this. God, my ribs are on fire from yesterday. Come on. 9, 10. Oh, God. Woo! And that hurts. That's good. All right. We'll do one more set of triceps extensions and move on to skull crushers. For that, I need to go down weight. Skull crushers, I'm going to go real lightweight. Really work on the eccentric motion. Go real slow. I'm actually going to try putting them actually out behind my head, which is new for me. I haven't done that before. I was reading a little bit about that. Changes up the range of motion, hits the triceps a bit differently, so I'm going to give that a shot. What I really like doing with triceps is a lot of cable workouts, but unfortunately, I don't have that available here, so I kind of have to make do. The view is starting to come in nicely. Oh yeah. So if you have advice on places, good places to live, right, you know, I'm a single guy. I'm planning on going pretty Spartan in terms of what I'm taking out there. I'm not even bringing my car. It's just easier to buy something on the island. If you've got suggestions, I'm all ears. On good places to live in and around Oahu. I've been looking on Craigslist. I can find reasonable stuff for about $2,000 a month, which isn't bad at all. Right, as a nuclear engineer, I'm not making peanuts out there. I'm not, you know, I'm not making millions of dollars either, but I'll have enough to get by, to say it, to put it mildly. So let's get a Symphony of Destruction next. If you go hiking, don't go to Diamond Head. Yeah, Diamond Head is extremely touristy. If I do that, I'm gonna go, part of me wants to try going car-free out there for a little while. I know that Oahu is way more car dependent than it should be, but it seems to me there are bike paths pretty much everywhere. And in a place where it's 85 degrees and sunny all the time, cycling sounds like a lot of fun. So, not to mention free cardio. Why burn gasoline at $3.75 or more a gallon when you can burn your own ass? Seems like an easy win there. Now, I will probably do Diamond Head once, just because I want to see it. But yeah, that won't be my main one. The nearest paths to where I will probably live, right now I'm looking mostly in Halawa, Aiea, Waipahu, Pearl City, really anything near, either near the rail or near Salt Lake. Basically, I want to try and live to where a car is optional, right? That first year is going to be me just setting things up and getting my job correct. So this is the thing, right? Just because I can go out there, you know, and make good money, I care about doing a good job here. It's about pride for me, and I actually support the mission that I'm working on, right? I believe very strongly in the United States military being a force for good in the world. So because of that, right, I'm very much looking to be that style. Oh, you're gonna have access to H Mart? Yes, I can't wait for Asian markets. Hey, Maraha, it's good to see you. We're doing all right. Oops. There we go. But cycling, mopeds, bus, transit. I know the rail isn't quite at the Radford station yet, but that's the next one to open. It's supposed to open next year. Right now, you can get all the way to Aloha Stadium from East Kapolei, which isn't bad. And there's a bus that goes directly from Aloha Stadium to Pearl Harbor. So, like, there's a bus route like right next to the building I'm going to be working at, which is terrific. So that's realistically, and the Navy on top of that, the Navy will comp you if you use public transit. So I have a very strong incentive to not own a car. If I do choose a car, I know what I'm going to get. I'm going to get one of those little K trucks, those little import JDM mini trucks, because those things look hilarious, and it'd be really funny. You know, I go in absolutely beasted up and just this freaking ripped dude in the gym, right? I'm going to be, by the time I get out there, I'll be further into my cut, so I will actually look pretty diced. This ripped dude in the gym walks out, drives away in a mini truck. It'd be hilarious. The one thing that I can't stand about the South is the penis compensation trucks, right? I call them the 3-inchers or the 2-inchers if they roll coal. Those big lifted F-250s that'll never see actual hard work, that never see anything in their beds, that never go off-road. They're pavement princesses. I can't stand those. And because in South Carolina, actually thankfully, Governor McMaster finally signed the bill and we made it illegal, there's something called the Carolina squat, where the front end is jacked up and the rear end is normal height, which is extremely dangerous because it means the driver can't see pedestrians. So I'm very glad, actually. I'm not a huge fan of government restrictions on stuff, but no, the Carolina squat is extremely unsafe. And if you have a Carolina squatted vehicle, stop being an idiot. Get rid of that. Fix it. All right. So now I'm going to try to do this a little bit better here. Really want to keep my elbows tucked forward. Oh, that's much better. I just had to stop ego lifting. I gotta choke down on it. That's much better. 10, 11. All right. Lesson learned here. Go down, wait for these overhead extensions. Way more effective to go slowly with lower weight here. Listen, you're not. I gotta stop ego lifting on that one. That was much better. All right. So we got skull crushers next. Yeah, we'll do skull crushers, chest flies, and close bench press. I love it. All right. So this is time to text them what they're compensating for. It's pathetic. Well, the truth is, right, if you want to know what kind of trucks actually do all the hard work in Texas, it's going to be a beat-up Cat-Eye Duramax, or a beat-up 9th Gen F-250, or an old 90s Haas truck Ram with the 12-valve Cummins. Those are the trucks that people who do real work actually use, right? Ain't no flash, they're just workhorses, right? first gen and second gen Tundras too. Those old Toyota 5.7s they're pretty strong engines. Thirsty though. I mean, you think a small block is a gas guzzler. Holy shit. Those Toyota engines are not efficient. You'd think they would be because they're Toyotas, but no. Toyota went for reliability above all else, the 5.7. Not an efficient engine. You'll get 14, 15 miles per gallon if you're lucky. You know, at least on the highway, if you baby a small block, you'll get 20. You know, as long as you're not, you know, on a dually or you're really heavy loaded or you're hauling something. But no shot in hell of doing that with a 5.7 I-Force. Great engine, but not efficient. All right. So this time we're going to do skull crushers, but watch, instead of crushing my skull, I'm going to go further back. Oh, that's way better. Holy shit. It's also safer. Oh, God, yes, that's what we're looking for. That was sick. All right, we're doing that. That was awesome. Definitely really like that. That's only 85 pounds. That felt so much better than a normal skull crush. Not even close. So we'll do chest fly next. A peaceful man stands tall. Tall. Skateboarding is popular around also in Hawaii. I am not coordinated enough to be a good skateboarder. I'm gonna have enough time of a hard time beefing on the surf. I don't need to do that on land either. I'm gonna use a Tundra. I never use it for long distances because of how much gas it eats. They're good. A Tundra will last you forever, but they are pigs on fuel. I have a question. How do you fix imbalances? Left bicep is bigger than my right. I'm not sure how to fix it. I always work out the same on each side. Yo, Mikey, I gave you this advice earlier. Do you mind repeating it? I'm only asking that because I'm about to do a set. Chest flies. Go real wide here, nice and slow. 2, 3, 4, 5. I should think that was 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nice. Yeah. So I would say do one extra set on the non-dominant arm. Usually I like doing that with dumbbells. Now, there may be more up-to-date versions of how I go about it, or of how you might want to go about it. I haven't had an imbalance that serious since I was 14, 15 years old. I fixed it then. I haven't had to worry about it since. I'm 28 now, so literally half my life ago. But I found that to be pretty effective. That's a very old-fashioned way of doing it. Just throw more work at the problem. But hey, if it worked for me. All right, so we got one more set of skull crushers, 2 more sets of chest flies, 2 sets of close grip. I'm liking it. We're getting to the end. That's good. This has been a good workout though. Felt like I've hit everything pretty well here. All right. So this one, again, it's going to be about nice and slow. Focus on that eccentric. I want another 12. That felt really good. Really want to stretch those triceps. This time I'm going to go 6 overhead and 6 behind the head, I think. It's important to do a range of things. Two. Nah, I like it behind that head. I feel like I'm getting better pull. Oh, that's much better. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Oh, that feels good. Woo! Oh man, that's killer. All right, we're gonna do lightweight close grip next. So this is gonna be 125. We'll go for probably sets of 15 to 20. That'll be a good end of workout. That'll be after we do another set of chest flies. You can pay Uncle Sam with the overtime. Is that all you get for your money? Do like 3 sets on the left, do 4 sets on the right until it balances out. Yeah, something like that. Or if you're doing, you know, if you're doing them with both arms, so like, you know, so you do your shoulder press, right? You've done your 3 sets of 10 or whatever. After you finish that, maybe do like a drop set. So, you know, don't give yourself a ton of time to rest. Reset your weight, pick a light dumbbell, and then do some additional single arm work with the weaker arm. That'll probably help. As far as imbalances are concerned, again, do not treat my word as gospel here. I have not had this problem in over a decade, so you're going to be well served to do a little bit of research on this one. My way is not the only correct way. I try to say that as often as I can, because there are people, I call them form Nazis, that insist that their way is the only correct way. Anything else is heresy, anything else is wrong, and it disregards so many other factors in weightlifting, and it bothers me. All right, we've got one more, no, 2 more sets of chest flies. Let's hit this. Oh. Oh. Three. 4. Ah. Oh, feel that right up at the top, right where the pec is connecting with the front delt. Oh, that's good. All right, I like that. I like that. All right, so that handles that. So we're gonna go down to 30 dumbbells for the last chest fly set, but first we've got close to our bench, and we're gonna do it very slow. We're gonna do time under tension again. We're gonna go very lightweight. For this, put my watch back on. Actually, what's the temp in here? Temp is about 60. No wonder it feels so good in here. I love lifting when it's 50, 55, 60 degrees. I know I won't be getting that in Hawaii, because it never gets below 60 there, so enjoy it while it lasts. I mean, unless you get up into the mountains at night. Do you have Insta? No. Apart from Twitch and Discord and YouTube, but really YouTube is just me exporting the VODs. I don't do socials. Running this channel and my Discord, really trying to foster a community there is enough work and it's enough screen time. I don't want or need more. If you see any Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, any of that with my content, it's not me and someone has stolen my content. My employer would also prefer that I did not. So meet them halfway, Twitch, Discord, YouTube only. So we're gonna go with, let's go a little Guns N' Roses here. All right, so close grip, we're working triceps here. Nine, 10. Fucking eccentric. Oh, fuck. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 12. Oh man, that multi-second eccentric absolutely demolishes my triceps. Let's go. That felt great. Yeah, we're sticking to that. We don't need to go any heavier. That is hard. All right, so this is our last chest set. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go 30-pound dumbbells. Again, kind of a nice little 2 to 3 second eccentric. Really get that stretch, really get that hypertrophy. I'd like to go for 15 or more reps here. We'll see We'll see what my chest will give me, my front delts will give me. Let's see, that was enough Guns N' Roses. Let's go. Ooh, I've got it. I had a follower go to your About page. I appreciate that. Nice meeting you. Join the Discord, subscribe to YouTube. I'll see you around. Fantastic. Well, I'm glad you did. Cheers, man. Feel free to ask questions in the Discord. The Discord is one of those, you will get out what you put into it. If you ask a lot of questions, you get a lot of advice. If you say nothing and don't check it, well, it's not very useful for you. Get some work done. Cheers, man. Come on. 2, 3, 5, 6. Never to let go. Oh, I survive. 9. Come on, 5 more. 12. 13. Come on. 14. Oh, that was torture. Let's go. That felt great. Oh, that was slow. That was good on the eccentric. We got one more set on close grip, and then we're done. So we go ahead and rack the weights, the dumbbells rather. Cause I ain't that lonely, yeah. I ain't that lonely, yeah. After what you put me through, we're not that lonely, yeah. Cause I ain't that lonely, yeah. Alright, final set. We're gonna go for should just stick with good old Mighty Dwighty. Good old Dwight Yoakam for the last one. We go fast as you. So this is our last set. We'll have a Q&A afterwards, and that's really about it for the show. Tomorrow I will be live. I've decided this, so for reasons that are not really all that relevant at the moment, I get to telework tomorrow, which is great. What that means is I can do a rest day stream. We'll do probably some sort of game. We'll play a little Roller Coaster Tycoon or Halls of Torment. We haven't done that in a little while. Probably tomorrow, so that should be a lot of fun. So if there's something y'all want to see me play tomorrow, I could do that. All right. Let's get a little water. So again, I'm really gonna focus pretty hard on the eccentric. I want a good solid 2 2 to 3 second eccentric, and then I want to go for, you know, if I can bang out another 12 reps, that'd be awesome. I don't know how long my triceps will put up with it, but have I played Baldur's Gate? No. So the trouble with a lot of the newer games, one of the biggest reasons I go with the nostalgic games I know, like old school RuneScape, like Roller Coaster Tycoon, I've tried Minecraft in the past, is that what I really like doing is, if I'm doing it, I couldn't do an FPS game. I would be a terrible FPS Twitch streamer because I'm too busy focusing on the game and then I never interact with chat. And the whole point of Twitch is to, like, you know, have a good conversation, bounce back if you ask me. So if you're not interacting with chat, you know, really what's the point? You're just streaming yourself playing a video game. And, well, I'm not good enough at an FPS game for that to be worth watching. All right. Last set, final set, come on. Psych myself up, pump myself up, one more. Let's do it, come on. You play games with chat. Yeah, I've thought about doing like something like Jackbox. I actually do have Among Us. If you guys, I'm not very good at it, but like, if y'all wanted to play like Among Us at some point, we could do that. Among Us. All right, let's do this. Last set, let's go. Be strong. Maybe it won't be long. 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 5. Come on! Fuck! That's 11. Come on, one more. $12. Oh my god, my triceps. Alright, we're done. That hurt. Let's go. I mean, that was a solid 60, 65, 70-second set. There's optimal times for breaks in dialogue and combat and such. That's true. Yeah. Well, so like, a lot of the times, hey, Cher, thank you for the 100 biddies. I appreciate that. So this is one of the things where, it's just I know my weaknesses here. When I'm focused in on something, I block other things out, and that would be chat. And when I'm not very good at multitasking. Like, I mean, you guys see it. I hit the weights harder when I ignore you guys for a bit, psych myself up, and then ram it, you know? With the older games, it's not even about being on autopilot so much as it is, you know, it's the pace. I'm not at the immediate risk of dying if I don't immediately address something in the game. The other one, I really like doing Roller Coaster Tycoon because you guys can suggest names for the rides, y'all can suggest for me what to build, all sorts of stuff like that. That was one hell of a good workout, I will say. I'm pretty happy with how that went. Whew. So let's recap what we did today. And while I do that, I'm going to D-rack. So we started by going with 225 pounds on the bench press, something that Chad can't do. Y'all don't need to know who Chad is or why he matters. The only thing that matters about Chad is that he can't bench 225. Yes, this is a meme. Yes, you should be picking up on it. The only thing you need to know is that Chad can't bench 225, and for this, he must be ratioed into the shadow realm. I benched 225 21 times today. Not what I was hoping for. I wanted a little bit more, but I'm also not too beat up about it. If I had gotten less than 20, I'd been pretty pissed off. Hey, Cazador, thank you very much for the lurk. Thanks for popping on in. Always glad to have it. Can't bench for shit. Nah, Chad's cool. I like Chad, but I do like bullying him because he can't bench 225. As far as the rest of the workout's concerned, we hit shoulder press. 175 proved to be a bit too heavy today. We only 4-repped it. Not ideal. Went down and got better reps on 155 for front shoulder press, and then behind the neck shoulder press we did 125. Tried to go a little bit more with the range of motion. We did dumbbell bench, incline dumbbell bench, chest flies. We did JM press, we did skull crushers, we did triceps extensions, and we did close grip bench for triceps. And then to finish off on shoulders, we did front raises and side raises. Ooh, feel that just in my shoulders alone. How's the move? So, for those of you who don't know, y'all can see in the title, it is 8 days until moving. Today is the 24th of March, right? I will have my last day of work here on April 1st. April 2nd, I'm going to leave extremely early. Okay, this is a little update here. Let's talk about this. April 2nd, I'm going to leave extremely early, and I'll explain why. I'm going to, because there's a friend of mine in Mississippi that I was going to try and meet up with, but haven't been able to get contact with him, so I've made a command decision. I'm going to drive all the way to Houston on the 2nd, okay? And on the 3rd, in the great city of Houston, there's going to be something really cool happening on Twitch I'm going to be involved in, okay? So be aware, it's going to be awesome. I promise there's going to be a big announcement about it. I'm not going to do it yet. I want to tease it a little bit, but keep an eye peeled because next week it's going to happen. Speaking of other cool things, there is going to be an AMA where you can ask me anything, literally anything, yes, even that, on my Discord on the 29th in the evening. So lots of great events coming up. Definitely, tell all your friends, get those new followers. I'd really love to hit 2,000. That would be it'd feel very rewarding to me. I think we're just a tick under at this point. So that first day, why am I getting up early? Well, I live in South Carolina, and for me to get to Houston, I have to drive on Interstate 20. Interstate 20 is notorious for traffic around the city of Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, it's so bad to where there's a song by the famous rapper from Atlanta, Ludacris, called Move Bitch. And the song title literally features I-20. It literally, you go look it up. It literally is Ludacris featuring Mystical, Interstate 20. You know a highway has notorious traffic when the rapper is literally name dropping it in the title. So what I'm gonna try and do is get up fairly early. I live in South Carolina, but I'm very close to the Savannah River, so it doesn't take me long to roll through like Augusta. That's gonna be, I'm gonna be going through Augusta the crack of dawn, basically. Actually, not even, probably well before dawn. I'm gonna probably leave around hopefully 3:30 to 4 in the morning. Really go to bed early that night, get up early the next morning. I'm gonna try and have everything packed, ready to go. So when I get up in the morning, I wake up, I throw my contacts on, I brush my teeth, and I'm out. And that's it. Game over. If I can do this properly, it means I'll get to Atlanta around 6. Originally, my route was going to take me down Interstate 85 and then 65 through Montgomery, Mobile, and the Gulf Coast. However, because my Mississippi friend isn't hanging out, I've decided, okay, well, since I can't do that, I'm going to meet up with one of my friends in Birmingham, Alabama. I do wear contacts, yes. Birmingham is in the northern side of the state. of Alabama, so I'm going to be taking Interstate 20 through there, all the way down through Tuscaloosa, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, one of the teams I actually really do like in the SEC. I know a lot of people hate Alabama, but my mom went there, so I have a soft spot for them. I am an Aggie. I get we're in the SEC West, or were, because the SEC West is going away, but I have nothing but love for the Crimson Tide. Root for them 11 games a year. Obviously, have to pull for A&M, but I want it to be a good game, you know. As far as after that, Meridian, Mississippi, I'm going to take Interstate 59 all the way down to Slidell, Louisiana, cross the Pearl River and enter the Sportsman's Paradise. Roll through Interstate 12 past Baton Rouge, and then Interstate 10. I'm going to meet up with a friend in Lafayette, home of Cajun country. Hopefully get myself some crawfish etouffee, because there is nothing more delicious on this planet than properly done crawfish etouffee. Louisiana would be a failed state if it wasn't for their food. Their food single-handedly keeps them out of F tier when it comes to ranking states. I have done that before. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. We'll go back and we'll tier rank states and piss people off. I should do that. That would be awesome. If we know one thing, Bull is a diehard Aggie. I try not to advertise it as much because there is a recent scandal involving some disinformation around the A&M Qatar campus and the A&M nuclear engineering program that I really shouldn't talk about, so I'm not going to go much further on that. If you want to ask more about that, we can talk about that on the AMA stream on my Discord. That's one where I don't feel comfortable talking about it on Twitch, so I'm not going to. Hopefully I can make it to Louisiana by early mid-afternoon. Would like to get into Houston not terribly late. I'd rather get into Houston at 7, 8 at night, so that way I can, hang out with my friend in Houston, get some good rest, and then on the 3rd, there's going to be a special something happening. That's all I'm going to say. On the 3rd, it's going to be on the 3rd, it's going to be a lot of fun. Y'all are going to really, really like what happens on the 3rd. So stay tuned on that one. You're going to have a very, I'll let you, I'm not telling y'all yet, but next weekend, so one other thing, right? So that means Friday the 29th, Saturday the 30th, Sunday the 31st. Those are going to be the final days in this gym. We'll get 3 good workouts in. Sunday I might do a boxing workout. Monday, no stream, obviously, and then Tuesday I'm hitting the road. When will I stream next? So Sunday the 31st will be the last stream date I have set in stone. Because I'm moving, my stream schedule is going to be very volatile. It's going to be dependent on what internet connections I have and what I'm doing. So that's really going to be it as far as the workouts in this gym. The news is going to have to come through the Discord. That's how this is going to go. FM, good to see you. How are you doing? Right now, 4th and the 5th of April, we'll be in College Station. Going to be in Aggieland, seeing lots of old friends there, lots of new friends there, and seeing what's happened to my beloved university since I last stepped foot on the campus. That should be a lot of fun. The rest of the first week in April, for the eclipse, actually, I've got a couple friends who are smack dab in the center of it, northeastern Texas, going to be staying with them. Then the 9th through about the 13th, I'm going to be hanging out with my homie Lab Boys TV. Y'all have probably seen him already, but if you haven't, give that guy a check. Yes, Big A Mikey, you can absolutely make a recommendation. I trust you quite a bit, but will the final SC Guys streams include surprise cameos by past guest stars? Probably not. It's going to be this. As far as if you live in the DFW Metroplex area, so probably about the 9th to the 13th of April is when I'm going to be hanging out there. 14th is probably, right now there are a few things that could change. But 14th, I am driving west, and it's going to be a long drive. Probably as far, if I can get into Arizona, I'm going to be very happy. If not, definitely at least Gallup, New Mexico, or Albuquerque at the absolute worst, assuming I don't have any mechanical failures. My Volt is roaring, ready to go. It's in great shape. I should have no issue with that. Like those shows in the 70s where they have a celebrity every week. I can't make that happen. I live too far away from literally anybody else that I could bring on. The only person I can bring on these days is Dodger, because Dodger's my roommate, and even that's not staying for very long. So, you know, she may be very busy coming up. Let's see here. Ron Noyen. Big Game Mikey, who is that? What does he do? I will do it because I trust you, but I'd like to know what he does in advance. So further on the schedule, assuming nothing changes at the moment, I have a couple friends in Texas that may be looking to buy my car. If that's the case, it may change. LGBT fitness streamer, furry bodybuilder, gamer. That sounds like fun. Hell yeah, we'll do it. Okay. April 15th, probably going to be canyoneering with a friend out in northern Arizona. If I don't, I'm probably going to, honestly, I may cancel that just because it would save 2 to 3 hours of driving, which would be really nice. I could stay close to I-40 and just do the Petrified Forest, which I've never been to, which would be really fun. Late on the 15th, I'm going to try and get closer to Los Angeles. The 16th, I've got a buddy in Venice. We're going to go surfing. He's pretty awesome. I'm also going to check out Muscle Beach so I can humble myself a little bit. 17th, probably going to spend in LA just chilling for a day. 18th, going to start moving out up into Central California. 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, kind of going to be going through Central California. So if you live in that part of the country, Stockton, Sacramento, and you want to hang out, that would be the time to do it. The last week of April is going to be hitting Shasta, hitting Crater Lake, hitting Oregon, and then hitting Washington. And then I'll be in Washington State, in and around the Tacoma metro area for the next 2 weeks. What my stream will look like, what my anything is going to look like, it's going to be very variable. I will try and give you guys as much information as I can over the Discord, but that's just how this is going to go. This is a huge life move for me. And then May 9th, I'm flying from Seattle Tacoma International Airport to Oahu. So that's going to be about it, really. And then after that, well, aloha, you know. Men and women will be chasing you at Muscle Beach. We'll see. I'd love to think so. That would be a huge compliment to me, but I'm not convinced. I don't think, this old Southern boy is really going to get it like that. But all right, yeah, well, we'll raid this guy. Ron Noyen. So I'm going to go ahead and put him on my phone so that way I can see him. Ron Noyen. Chest day. Is he live? Doesn't look like he's live. I don't see, is he, Bahash? Hey, look, Kazadar, if you know that, if you know I'm actually gonna get looks, that'd be huge. I've really never gotten looked at like that. Mostly because of where I live. I live out in the sticks. So, I'm looking for channels. Oh, I forgot to capitalize it. Ron Noyen is... Oh, okay, so it's not capitalized. Why is it not showing up? There it is, okay. Yep, there it is. I don't know why it was being like that. All right. Damn, he freaking jacked. Let's go. Oh, he's legit fucking... Dude, this guy's a fucking built-ass furry. Holy shit. All right, y'all, we'll raid him. Raid Ron Noyen. All right. That's going to be it, y'all, for me today. Thank you all very much for the new followers. It says invalid username. Why is it... The fuck? Am I not spelling this right? Is there a space? Okay. We're gonna follow. We're gonna go raid. Why does it say invalid username? Oh. Okay, think I spelled it wrong. Yep, I spelled it wrong. I'm stupid. No, that's on me. Annoying. Okay. There it is. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. Thank you all very much for coming out. I will be live again tomorrow at 5 in the afternoon for a rare Monday afternoon stream. That's going to be it for me, y'all. As always, thank you very much. Wish y'all a great day. And as always, make good decisions. Those good decisions form your actions. Those actions form your habits. Those habits form your values. Those values form an ethos. It can be the guide to start through the rough waters of life. Much love, y'all. Come in for the raid. The hug. All right, YouTube, it's been good. Check you later.